Oh dear. This doesn't seem right. Could have sworn those were over there. Ah. Just what I needed. Uh-oh. Ah, there we go. Time slip. Well, that shouldn't have happened. I have to find out what year it is. Aha! Calendar. And always rely on a calendar. Howard the Duck. I don't remember there being a Howard the Duck calendar in 2013. 1987? Well, that can't be right. No, I can't have slipped that far back. Wait a minute. Blu-rays. Star Wars? Wait. Newer Star Wars. This can't be 1987. Alright. Gonna have to dig a little bit deeper. Perfect. Okay. Carrying on. Aha! Another calendar. This has got to be a little closer to what we're looking for. Star Wars again. 1998. Well, DVD existed in 1998. Wait a minute. But that certainly didn't. Nor did that. High definition. So we're in the high def era, so we can't be that far off. This one will get bigger. There's got to be a clue here somewhere. Dad. From Rose. June 2015? I can't have slipped 2 years into the future. I was only halfway through the disambiguations. Oh well, guess we'll just have to make the most of it. But what's... that's the link. 1986, 1998, and 2015 all use the same calendar. Of course. Brilliant. Greetings, fellow Whovians, and welcome to the long-awaited 15th part of the Doctor Who DVD Disambiguation. Yes, you were probably thinking I was never going to get back to it. Well, you know, these time slips are tricky things, and little did I know I'd get halfway through and suddenly find myself catapulted forward in time 2 years. So to me, it's, you know, it was just like yesterday that I did the other ones. But to you, it's been 2 years, so I do apologize for the delay. You know, this whole timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff is kind of tricky. So in the interest of trying to stay consistent with it here, I have hereby decided to dub Tuesdays every week as Timey-Wimey Tuesday. Yes, that's right. I'm basically just going to sit down and film all the rest of the disambiguations back-to-back because check it out. This here represents all existing Doctor Who DVD releases from the first Doctor all the way up to the 6th Doctor, minus the 6 stories that I'm going to talk about today, and minus 9 of the 7th Doctor stories, which are ordered, paid for, and on their way in the mail. I should receive them actually today or tomorrow. So that's it. The Classic Who collection is complete. I finally have it all. It took 2 years to build the collection, but I wanted to wait until I actually had all of it so that I could actually do all of the rest of the disambiguation for you in one go, rather than, you know, doing a couple episodes here, a couple episodes there, and having it broken up higgledy-piggledy all over the place. Yeah, trust me, I know it's been a long wait, but this is going to be much better. Plus, with the new series of Doctor Who, Series 9 of the new series, the new series? The new series of the new series, starting next month, I thought, what better time to finally get this going again and get down to some serious, regular Who action. Yeah, so let's not waste any time. That was a really long intro, but I thought you deserved something a little bit more special than just hi, how's it going, that you usually get. Now, for those of you who are coming late to the party and did not see the previous episodes of the Doctor Who Disambiguation, I will include a link to my Doctor Who playlist in the description below. Rather than linking to every individual video, there's like 15 of them. So rather than linking to every individual video, I'll just give you a link to my Doctor Who playlist where you can see every single, even peripherally related Doctor Who video that I've done ever since the beginning of time. So enjoy, and you'll find all the previous episodes of the Disambiguations in there as well. So let's not waste any more time. Next, we have Season 15 of the classic series of Doctor Who from... I can't remember what year it's from. I'll find out after the titles. So Season 15 of the Doctor Who DVD Disambiguation today on the Multimedia Chronicles. There we go. We kind of need the music stand for this one, don't we? Alrighty, so carrying on right where we left off, we have after the absolutely stellar seasons 12, 13, and 14, especially seasons 13 and 14, we get into season 15, which is honestly a bit of a mixed bag. This time around. So let's start from the beginning, where we have story number 92, The Horror of Fang Rock. Yes. Now, this is a notable story because for the first time we meet a Rutan. Yes, the Rutans are the age-old enemies of the Sontarans, who of course we've met a few times now. So this is, and we've heard mention of them before, but we've never actually seen them before. So this is the first time we actually get to see one and meet one and find out what they're all about. They're kind of like alien jellyfish, actually. But this is a great one. I remember this story quite fondly. It's basically just a good old-fashioned claustrophobic horror story. It takes place primarily in a lighthouse. There's this mysterious creature roaming around. Alien, obviously. You know it's alien because it's Doctor Who. Everything's alien in Doctor Who. And yeah, there's just some great, great atmospheric horror in here, and it works really, really well. It's actually very reminiscent of the style of stories that we saw in season 13, which is the so-called Gothic horror season. This is very much, in that same vein. So if you like season 13, you're probably going to love The Horror of Fang Rock. And as usual, loaded with extras. And give you a look at the disc there, too. Very nice. Yeah, as I said before, whenever I get around to doing the individual DVD reviews, that's when I'll go into detail about the extras. This is really just to give you kind of a quick overview of the what order the story's going, basically. All right, next up we have, this is actually a double pack of two stories which are not consecutive, but I'll kind of fill you in on where this one fits into the mix in a little bit here. We have Doctor Who, The Invisible Enemy, paired with K9 and Company. Now, why is K9 and Company paired up with this? Well, I think it's very simple. We have basically the very first appearance of K9 in this story, which is the Doctor's robot dog, which stayed with him almost to the end of Tom Baker's run, actually. He was very, very popular companion character. And then K9 and Company actually featured the first time Sarah Jane Smith returned. It was originally going to be a spin-off series, but they only did a pilot episode, and then it didn't get picked up. So we've got the pilot episode, which is, isn't bad. Like, it's actually pretty good. But of course, years later, Sarah Jane got her own series, The Sarah Jane Adventures. But this was the first, even though it was called K9 and Company, it was very much the Sarah Jane show with K9 in it. And I guess they just gave K9 the headline because he was more marketable to the kiddies, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, in terms of continuity, I guess of air dates, K9 and Company actually occurs after Tom Baker's last story. Actually, it occurs in between his last story and Peter Davison's first story. So that's ideally where you want to watch it if you kind of want to watch everything in the order that it originally aired. It's not particularly tightly tied into the continuity of Doctor Who, but being a bit of a perfectionist for such things, that's generally where I prefer to watch it if I'm going to be watching everything in order. And if you are like me and want to have that experience as well, then that's when you want to watch it. So anyway, in the meantime, Invisible Enemy, really fun story. The actor who plays, I do apologize, I don't remember the actor's name, but anyway, the actor who plays the scientist that kind of introduces K9 has been in some other Doctor Who stories as well. He played another sort of crazy scientist in The Planet of Evil, an actor who I always really enjoyed, and always really enjoyed his appearances in the show. So that is story 93. Next up, we have Image of the Fendahl, which, honestly, I remember diddly squat about. I don't think I have seen this for probably about 30 years. I remember thinking this skull thing in it was pretty cool. I like the glowing skull thing. In just kind of poking around a little bit before doing this disambiguation, I was reminded that Image of the Fendahl is not a fan favorite. It's generally considered one of the lesser stories from the Tom Baker era. But not remembering anything about it myself, I don't remember why. So, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, very nice. Very nice here. It does have some pretty cool imagery. Like, I really like this cover, and I like the design of the monsters and whatnot. But I don't know. Whatever. Who knows? I actually like a lot of the stories that a lot of the fans generally don't like. So whatever. I'll probably like that one too, just despite all the spiteful fans. And if you're wondering about the this is a 2-disc set, the K9 and Company, and K9 even gets his own disc art there. How cool is that? So very nice. So Image of the Fendahl, of course, is story number 94. So there you go. Alrighty, so carrying on, we have another one that I don't really remember much about. Honestly, this one and the next one, sort of the middle 3 of the season, I don't really remember much about. I don't know why. I think I may have only seen them once or twice back when I was originally watching it on PBS, and that's why I just don't remember them. But we have The Sunmakers, which essentially is kind of a satirical sci-fi jab at taxes, essentially, at taxation and things like that, and why taxes are bad. And that's honestly all I remember about it. It's been a long time. Anyway, it's story number 95, so this is the next one you want to watch. I'm actually curious to watch this one again now, because I think a lot of the sort of satirical elements of it I would appreciate a lot more now than I probably did as a youth, and that's probably why I don't remember much about it. And then next up, we have Underworld, story number 96, which I also remember barely anything about. It was a great disambiguation, eh? The one where Zarin Isaac... Now I see why you stopped doing them, Zarin Isaac, because you don't remember anything about these stories. You've had 2 years to watch them. What's the matter with you? Yeah, I'm actually watching all... I'm watching all of the Doctor Who's with some of my friends. We started in 2013, and we've been slowly working our way through them. We started from the very first one. Now we're we're halfway through season 13, so we're actually getting up to this point now, so we'll be watching these ones very soon. So we have Underworld. There we go. So I'm guessing it's about a world that is under. Yeah, I don't remember anything about this. All right, cool. That's, I don't mind that I don't remember anything about those, because it just means they'll be new to me all over again. Then finally, this one, This one I do remember quite a bit about, as I remember. This is not, see, this is a perfect example. This is one that a lot of fans don't like, but I always really enjoyed. We have Doctor Who: The Invasion of Time, the epic 6-part season finale. This, of course, is story number 97. Notable for a few reasons. I mean, it features the long-awaited return of the Sontarans. It also is the final appearance of Leela. Yes, so Leela is departing, sadly. But this is quite a nice addition, 2-disc set. One of the things that makes this kind of notorious is a couple of things. People weren't particularly wowed by the Sontaran masks in this. And it's funny, fans of the new show will probably always think of Sontarans as being very short. And that's kind of become a thing, is that Sontarans are short. That wasn't a thing until the new series. Like, the Sontarans in this one, like this guy on the cover here, he freaking towers over Tom Baker. He's huge. He's just this incredibly tall Sontaran. So it's going to blow all the minds of you New Who fans who are only accustomed to the Sontarans are short thing. Yeah, that wasn't always the case. So, but anyway, we get to see some more Gallifrey. One of the things that fans have always found odd about this is there's this prolonged chase sequence through the corridors of the TARDIS, and rather than having, just regular TARDIS sets, they basically filmed the TARDIS interiors on location in like these industrial warehouses and stuff, and said, oh well, it just looks all rough and run down because I haven't used this part of the TARDIS for a while. And like, even as a kid, I knew exactly what they were doing, but I just went along with it. Like, I thought it was actually kind of fun that they decided to do something kind of wacky like that. And why not? Why not have portions of the TARDIS look like that? We don't know. We haven't seen all of the TARDIS. So, I was willing to buy into it. But this, also, I think a lot of fans don't like this as much, because this is an example of a story, like a 6-part story, that doesn't feel quite as unified as some of the earlier 6-parters did. Like, if you look at the John Pertwee era, for example, the 6-part and 7-part stories there, they feel like one story, like one gigantic epic length story. This one actually almost feels like this one almost feels like two disconnected stories that are kind of, smushed together, almost like a 2-parter and a 4-parter kind of stuck together. It doesn't seem to flow as well as some of the other 6-parters, and I think that's why a lot of fans aren't too thrilled with it. But anyway, there you go. So that is all of season 15. So 6 stories, 26 episodes apiece. So we got 4 episodes, 4 episodes, 4 episodes, 4 episodes, 4 episodes, 6. And that's pretty much the standard format through most of the seasons at this stage. And you'll see that format continue for quite some time. So you always have 5 4-parters and a 6-parter. And that's not a bus, that's a garbage truck, isn't it? Making a lot of racket out there. Yeah, so we've got, what did we start with? Story 92? Yeah. So we got story 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. So Horror of Fang Rock, Invisible Enemy with Kate and Company, Image of the Fendahl, The Sunmakers, Underworld, and Invasion of Time. Kind of a mixed bag season as far as the quality goes, but it's still good old-fashioned 70s Who. And if you want a complete collection, well, you're going to need them. And honestly, even the weaker stories, they're still good to be found in them. I mean, even if only in the performance of a character or the Doctor himself. I mean, even when given the most ridiculous scripts, Tom Baker always makes it a joy to watch. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. The Disambiguations will return, have returned, and will continue to return until they're done. Alrighty, so until next time, I'd just like to thank my Patreon sponsors. So thanks, Patreon sponsors. Special big thanks to Kyle Pellegrini and Get Your Gorgeous On, my 2 highest level sponsors. Please do consider becoming a Patreon sponsor, because all of it goes towards right towards the show. It's actually large thanks to the sponsors on Patreon that I'm able to finally get back to this. A lot of the Patreon donations and sponsorship over the past while have gone towards finishing the Doctor Who collection, so that I can get back to doing these videos for you, and even more to come. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara.